Hey, welcome to Stoke. The Stoke team is down at lovely Falmouth, and we're joined by the surfing and music legend Jack Johnson. Hi, Jack.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. How are you enjoying it down here in Cornwall?
Yeah, it's nice. I was hoping to get waves, but we didn't have very long. We just had today, and I heard it was kind of blown out.
Yeah, it was pretty blown out today down the coast. I see you sipping a bit of Doom Bar. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I like that. It's pretty good. The guys behind the bar with the beards and had a few beers inside of them already. They told me I wasn't going to like it because I was from Hawaii, but I'm pretty accepting. I like it. That was good.
How do you like the UK? Is it your first trip over here?
Yeah, actually, no, I've been here. My wife and I came here in '97, and we bought an old VW off a. It seems like he's a techno DJ, if my memory serves me correctly, and we bought this old van. It was like a 1972 or 1978, I forget now, but it ran pretty good for a while, and we drove it all through Europe. We stayed here in England for a little while, and then we drove through France and Spain and Portugal and Italy, and sold it down at the bottom of Italy to some Australian girls, and then we got a ferry over to Greece. Spent about 4 months doing that, just living in the van. That was nice. But yeah, that was the first time in England, and then the second time I came and played a little show at the Borderline in London. It's a small club, holds about 200 people, I think. And then came back real quickly a couple of years ago just for some press and stuff. And it's the fourth time, I guess.
Cool. And you haven't managed to get any waves?
Not yet. No, I'm kind of a wimp when it comes to cold water, so I should probably try a little harder. But whenever it's somewhere where I have to wear a wetsuit, I end up kind of being a little lackadaisical as far as trying to get my act together.
What board do you surf?
On tour, sometimes I'll bring like a fish with me, just because, and especially one that you can pop the fins off, with the FCS or any kind of fin system thing. It's nice because they need a little less bulky. So yeah, I tend to bring those just because they're shorter and kind of flat, not a lot of rocker. This tour I didn't bring one. Sometimes I just kind of go around and bum boards off of like little surf punks down at the beach or something. I'll show up and just see if somebody will let me use their board.
What's your favourite move to bust on the wave?
I'm kind of old school. It's like I have a hard time getting off the wave. I kind of mostly try to just do big cutbacks and tube rides and stuff like that. It's always been a little hard for me to bust an air or anything like that. I always wanted to, but I was kind of just that generation before it started being really, everybody was able to do it. There's a couple guys like Matt Archibald and Christian Fletcher and them that we'd watch in the films, and we'd go out, we'd try to do it, but our boards would always fly off our feet. Now it seems like every kid in the world can do them, It's like, I'm jealous. I wish I grew up in this generation so I could do 360 airs and stuff.
Can you remember the first time you got on a surfboard?
I don't remember the first time. My first memory of being on a surfboard, though, was before I knew how to ride one myself. My dad had me on. He still surfs. He's 63, and he surfs all the time still, and he lives in Hawaii. And he moved there when he was 20, and so we grew up in Hawaii, and he had me on his longboard. And I just remember riding this wave, and he kind of pulled into the tube. I remember the wave going over us, and then he lost me, and I remember getting really panicked, and I came up. I was just learning how to swim, I think, and it kind of freaked me out. It was kind of traumatic, but it was really beautiful thinking back to that wave going over us, just being in the tube together. But that was the first memory that I have of it. And then I remember getting my first surfboard when I was about 5, and I loved that thing. I used to just sit around, and I used to put stickers all over the bottom of the board, even though it was probably really bad because it probably slowed me down to have all those bumps all over. But I used to just sit there and really clean the thing off all the time. It was a single fin, Ricky Irons shape board. I love that thing.
And then you were hooked for good.
Yeah. No, I've been pretty much surfing every single day since then, except for when I end up getting stitches or a broken arm or something, and then you got to be out of the water for a little while. But other than that, it's hard to keep me out of the water.
Because the voices on the world don't look like me, So because of the place he goes to back, there's a girl laughing inside because he knows he ain't loved it all. It stirs from the man, makes him feel like a man because he's loving all the ladies, but the ladies don't love him at all.
You picked up the guitar when you were injured from surfing, and you haven't looked back since, really.
Yeah, that's when I got this scar up here, and down on my nose here, and these are both fake teeth in the front. And
What happened?
I hit the reef surfing pipeline. I pulled into a closeout. We were surfing it so much. I was 17, and we kind of felt like we were, I don't know, we felt like we couldn't get hurt because we were surfing it so much, and we were pulling into these closeouts all the time. It was me and a bunch of friends, and I pulled in this one closeout. I didn't grab rail. I was just standing there, and then I dove off when I knew I couldn't go anymore. I did kind of try to body surf for a second, but when I dove off, I just went straight down. I hit a coral head, and it knocked me out for a second, and then I came to and got to the beach, and I just looked down. There's blood all down my board and my body and everything, and came up in the front yard. My poor mom had to see me, big old hole in my head. But she was kind of used to it at that point. I had 2 older brothers.